Good morning, students. Today we'll discuss about the numericals of your chapter number 1, that is electric charges and fields. So before starting the numericals, let's see about some of the equations which we are going to use in the numericals of the first chapter. So as we have seen about the electric force, that is what K into Q1 Q2 upon R square. Then electric field, that is F upon Q. So that will become KQ upon R square. After that, we have seen about the electric flux phi, that is E delta S. Another equations for electric flux phi, that is equal to charge Q upon epsilon 0, where and this equation was being derived from the Gauss law. Then we have seen about the surface charge density. Surface charge density. So surface charge density, here in case of numericals we will consider the surface charge density for two different cases. Either it is for a line element and another one that is for an area element. So for a line element, surface charge density, that is the electric charge upon the line L, and for area, surface charge density, that is the electric charge upon the area, that is a delta S. Okay, so these are the equations which we are going to use in solving the different numericals. So let's start with one of the numericals that is a little bit hard. Okay, so I am taking this example number 1.6 of example of your book. Okay, so in that examples, one triangle is given. The triangle is ABC, in which the charge at point A, B, C, that is Q. Okay, and these three charges Q1, Q2, Q3 are at point A, B, C, or at vertices of the triangle. Now if from point A I draw a vertical line, if from point B I draw a vertical line, if from point C I draw a vertical line, so all these three lines will intersect at the point O, and point O, that is the centroid of this triangle. So as we know that for a triangle, this is equilateral triangle, so it will have an angle of a 60 degree for angle A, for angle B, for angle C. For all three angles it will be of 60 degree. So if I consider this angle, so this angle will be 30 degree. Okay, so if I have to find, suppose this is point D, so if I have to find the value of AD, so I will take cos 30 is equal to, that is AD upon AC. So AD is equal to AC cos 30. Okay, so that is equal to L into cos 30, that is root 3 by 2. So AD is equal to root 3 by 2L. Clear? Now AD is divided into two parts, that is AO plus OD. Okay, so as we know that this is point O or AD, that is divided into two portions. This will be of 2 by 3 plus this will be of 1 by 3 portions. Okay, so I can take it as a AD means the total AD is divided into two portions. It is divided into AO and OD, where AO considered 2/3 of AD. AO, that is a 2/3 of AD, and OD, that is a 1/3 of AD. So AO is equal to 2 by 3 AD, so that is equal to 2 by 3. AD is what? Root 3 by 2L, so that is root 3 by 2L, so that will get cancelled. So what we get, that is 1 upon root 3L. So distance between AO, that is a 1 upon root 3L, and the same will be the distance between BO, and that is between CO. Okay, so I hope up to this clear to you. we in this example up to now we have just tried to find the value of length between this charge small q and this charge capital Q. Okay, so now suppose this is point B, point O, suppose here point C, point O. So this will give you the value of a forces because of at point O because of B. This will give you the value of a forces at point O because of C, and same way this will give you the value of a force at point O because of A. Okay, this is three forces, and this will be the resultant of FBO and FOC from parallelogram. Okay, so let's start from Coulomb's law. Force FOB, that is equal to K Q, capital Q, upon R square, that is the distance between B and O, and distance between OB, that is what, 1 upon root 3 into L. So that will be 1/3 into L square. So that is equal to K 3K Q upon L square. Okay, same way if we try to find the value of a force OC, so that will be K small q capital Q upon 1/3 L square. So that will be the equation, that will be 3K Q upon L square. Okay, and same way if we try to find the value of FOA, so it will give you the same value, that will be equal to 3K Q upon L square. Okay, so now here we get this value of FOB, we get this value of FOC, and if we get the value of FOA. Clear? So now we will try to find the value of force F, because resultant force F because of FOC and FOB. So we can use a parallelogram law of forces, or we will put this value of resultant force F, that is equal to the value of resultant force F, that is equal to K Q into 3 upon L square. Okay, that is equal to FOB, that is equal to FOB, that is equal to FOC. This is one of the method, and another method you can use a theorem of a parallelogram law of forces. So in that case the resultant F, that is equal to FOC square plus FOB square plus 2 FOB cos 60. Okay, so both these values of forces are same. So if I write it as a force F, so F square plus 2 F square into 1 upon 2. Okay, sorry, it will not be from this line. You just consider these equations. F is equal to K Q into 3 upon L square. Clear? So the direction of the direction of this force F, that is upward, this direction of FOA, that is a downward. So both the forces are equal and opposite. So the resultant of both these forces, that will be equal to 0. Okay, so the resultant of both these forces, that will be equal to 0. So if in this example, what we have to find? We have to find that what is the force on charge Q placed at the centroid of the triangle. So the resultant force F on the charge Q, that will be equal to 0. Clear? So this is the answer of this numerical. Clear? Okay, yeah. Remaining numericals and all the theories, that will carried out in your next class. Thank you.